Hello and welcome back to Let's Play No Man's Sky Permadeath Edition. I'm your host, Killer's Fate. It's episode 48. I did a little bit of research and learned that this thing I'm trying to build, this thing, the heat capacitor, is something that I'm actually going to get when I finish the scientists. I'm going to get the blueprint for it when I finish the scientists mission. So we're going to do that. We're going to finish the scientist mission, but first we're going to do the archives here for the base computer archive. So the scientist needs a convergence cube. So that's what we're going to do. Search the construction database, and it gives us medium refiner plans restored. Yeah. And then what's it gonna say for quest? Construct a medium refiner. So I want to do that as soon as possible, because then, and only then, after I construct it, will it decide that it's going to do its base computer archive stuff. So. Put a medium refiner up there. Oh, I need more pure ferrite. Alright, so I'll go grab some more. I don't know if it'll let me get any out of here, or if I have any. None in there. Do I have any in here? Pure ferrite. It actually allowed me to take that out of there. Been having a little bit of a glitch. Alright, and what's it got for medium refiner? Medium refiner is that guy. Dihydrogen jelly and magnetized ferrite. So we've constructed it, and now it says, oh, in an hour and a half I'll have the rest of it for you. So let's go back to and find the scientific research. He has a convergence cube he wants us to find. So over here, this guy's coming down. We're gonna go get the convergence cube. Mission target is in another system. So hold on here. It's in another system. One of the things I need to do is build the other drives. So I'm gonna see where I can get cadmium from. Actually, I'd like to go to new systems. So let's do that. Let's go. We have hyperdrive fuel, so let's do it. A ship. Oh, not enough fuel in the launch thruster. Okay. Oh, and we have all this Herox. Hold on. Hold your horses. I need to sell some things. Let's sell some items. And let's also put some other stuff away. For instance, there's a Viking effigy and a Korvax casing. I don't care about those. I'm going to sell this quad servo because I don't need it. I'm going to sell... Where is that junk? Is it on the ship? This is my exosuit inventory. Switch. It's not doing it. Where's the Herox? That's on the ship. What is this gun? It's a B class. 21 slot. Why was it not letting me do this? Go to the exosuit with this stuff. Get rid of the sulfurine, get rid of the nitrogen. Pugnium, platinum goes to the freighter. Selenium, which we can now put away. Okay. Now try it. Alright, where's the Herox? I want to sell it. There it is. Right there. Alright, I have an orange one way back here. Selenium. you're in there. And extra sodium, but I'm keeping that. I have a green one way up here. So this is going to be cactus flesh and fungal mold. Star bulb and frost crystals. Can you guys go in one of the blue ones? Yeah, there's a bunch of frost crystals there. Okay. Alright, I'm going to take off with that stuff. So the first thing I want to do is get to a system with cadmium. That's the next drive. We need cadmium system and emerald system, so we're kind of redoing our hyperdrive situation. And I want to try and put down some bases. I should have stayed and grabbed the ionized cobalt, actually. So let's see, can we find a cadmium system? It's going to be a red system, like this. And I don't think any of these cadmium systems... Yeah, I don't think a single one of them has it. That one says it's out of jump range. Okay, I'm going to grab that one. None of these systems, these red planets, look at that. None of them have been... It's so weird. None of them have space stations in them, which I just find really weird. The game's set up that way. The emerald systems, it's like, have they ever been, not colonized is not the right word, but something else. Turn this microphone for a second. Hold on. I apologize for the noise. I'm not sure if that was better or worse. I had to open a Diet Coke to chase a little whiskey with tonight. And so there's the cadmium on that planet. And then this is what? So this planet is frost crystal and activated cadmium. And this planet right here is just going to be cadmium. And there's no space station here. So this is star bulb cadmium. Okay. This probably has hostile signals, but we're going to go check it out anyway. And we're going to see if we can find the bright red spots of cadmium. Oh, and so there's one right there. That should be now. It's not always. I'm going to... That's a really nice field right there, actually. Let's see what we have. Oh, they're passive. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm getting rid of you. You suck, so you can go away. And same thing with you. Got little critters. I didn't want you to do that plant. I wanted you to do the critter. Tell me how many critters we have. 1 of 11. Okay, I really like how big this cadmium field is. So here's what I'm going to do. My favorite thing to do, base computer. And as some of you might have heard me speak about several episodes ago, evenings like tonight are just the perfect time to grab your perfect liqueur and enjoy yourself. I'm having a little Crown Royale with a little Diet Coke chaser. You should partake of whatever makes you happy. I'm just going to call it cadmium because what else is it? It's just cadmium. And then I don't have ionized cobalt, so I have to go get some. But I want to put these things where are they at? Yeah, I want to put these things, autonomous mining units on there. And so in order to make that happen, I'm going to do that for that later, so that when I get better ships and upgrade them, I can just come here and get the cadmium. But in the meantime, we'll have to still go find a different cadmium field that we can actually just use the terrain manipulator on. And right here, there should be some cobalt because there's a cave. Or at least I hope so. This is one of those caves that's like, there's nothing down here, man. Here's the bedrock. I don't think you can go any lower than that. This is quite the cave. There's no cobalt though. Where be your cobalt? Uh-oh. I see the paws of something. Something trying to get me? Where's it at? Where's the thing that's trying to kill me? Uh-oh. It got a paw on me. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, I didn't like that. Oh, look at all the albumin pearl, though. What are these things? There's our cobalt. Oh, wrong thing. I was trying to find that guy and I couldn't see him, and then all of a sudden he just appears. It's like he fell through the world or something. Well, there is something hostile on this planet that doesn't like me. I need approximately 100 cobalt so that I can make 50 ionized cobalt, because I believe it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So we'll do that. Oh yeah, there's more here. Good. Switch my hands here. When I'm running around, my right hand is free and I can drink whiskey, and when I'm mining something, my left hand is free and I can grab some chaser. There is something about the combination of whiskey neat, no ice, that tastes so good, and then a few seconds later chasing it with a Diet Coke. I don't like them mixed. I'm not a fan of mixing them, and I'm not a fan of whiskey on ice. I like my neat, and if I have only whiskey neat, bourbon neat works for me. But a Diet Coke chaser, there's something about that. I don't know what it is. Well, that's the starship. I don't care about that. What's my exosuit say? Yeah, I got enough room. Since we're broke now after buying this ship and a new freighter. Oh, come on. Give it. Oh, you're not going to give it. You're just going to open it and not give me a chance to grab it. Sometimes the game is a little silly about stuff. Okay, so what is this? There's water. I'm a little hesitant here. Oh, there's more albumin pearl down there. I get a little bit claustrophobic in these caves, so that's why I don't explore them very often. Even when I have access to a terrain manipulator. Oh, here comes another one. He's gonna fall through the world and get me. Where is he? Those are all the... Oh, there's another one that's open inside. Those ones inside are hard to get. Okay. So this is where we're at, and we can't really do anything else. So even when I have a whole lot of magnetized ferrite with me, and I can get out of these things pretty easy. Hey, hey, hey. What are you? Enemies of the state. You're another predator thing, aren't you? Enjoys the hunt. Not anymore, you don't. Okay, where am I in relation to my spaceship? Right over there. You're a vigilant. I have so many missions to kill, like 18 and 22 of the creatures on these planets. So how much cobalt did we end up with? 154. Oh, that should be ample. This is a really nice little world, except for those guys. It's not as nice as my homeworld, because my homeworld doesn't have all these creatures that want to try to eat me. So let's get ourselves... This is a really nice, huge... Do you know how many automated mining units I can stuff on that? A lot. Man. Okay, so... So there's this. Cobalt, thank you. So right now, out in the world, what's going on is this silly Storm Area 51 thing. Which, just to have it said, I'm ex-Air Force, and that's pretty much the dumbest thing you could ever do is try to storm Area 51. And I say that because the really cool stuff that everybody wants to see by storming Area 51 is actually locked behind huge, thick doors in a hardened facility with closed-circuit TV cameras, and the only way to get access to it is to have access codes and dual authentication and a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, there's like no way to get in there and actually see anything cool. It doesn't matter how many people storm the place. These are hardened facilities. But it made me think I really want to go back and play XCOM again. The remake by Firaxis, and especially XCOM with the DLC Enemy Within, because I just love that game. And I never did YouTube it, and I absolutely adore it, and I'm seriously considering doing it because it is one of the... It's easily one of the 10 best games, if not one of the 5 best games made in the last 10 years, probably, in my opinion. It's just a fantastic game. Alright, I should be able to make this thing. Hey, there it is. Cool. So, the cadmium base is right there, which is great. I'm not going to terrain manipulate that thing. I'm going to go find a different one, because I want to leave that one for the automated mining units. So let's see what else we can find. I also have no problem just running in one direction and seeing what comes up. And in fact, landing might just be a good idea. Alright, what do we have? If we come back down from altitude, what can we see? And there's no I'll show you. There's no No trade outposts anywhere. Nothing found, which is really fun. You get in these systems and they're not colonized. They're not settled, I guess would be the proper word. So I wonder if there's anything on these planets. Are there manufacturing facilities or drop pods or anything? So far I haven't seen much. Looking things over carefully, trying to find something. Okay, I'm gonna land here. Oh, is that one up there? Right up there? Up ahead? Oh, around the corner? Around the bend? I think it is. Let's take a look at you. What are you doing? Let's get your launch thruster up in case you have to come save me. And then let's get out the bolt caster in case one of these guys comes after me. What do we have here? Cadmium deposit. That's what I thought I saw. Perfect. Fantastic. And I need about 200 cadmium. So let's get started. This was also a very big deposit, which would have... Uh-oh. I can see his little red paw. Where are you, buddy? Oh my gosh, where are you? Hey, hey. I'm not dying here today. You turkey. I'm usually really careful with my precision using the train manipulator so I don't waste it. But with things running around here trying to kill me, I'm just gonna kind of... Oh. That changes things. How much did we get? Exosuit. Cadmium 200, just enough. Exactly, perfectly, just enough. And now, oh, I like this. I like how the grass and everything shakes more when a storm comes up. That's really cool. What's the temperature doing? The storm's coming. It's okay, it's rising. 115 degrees. It's Yuma. 131 degrees. 142. It's getting really hot. Okay, so what we can do is this. Emerald drive requires... Oh, I need more cadmium. Oh, okay. Well, in that case... I'm texting here in just a second. I'm thinking about Megamind when he's texting and he doesn't want Minion to know about it. At any rate, it's a popular thing now for people to, on Facebook, create donations to worthy causes for their birthdays, and they want you to donate. And so a friend of mine just did it, just set up a cause today that was very worthy. I'm not going to say what it is because in this politically charged climate, I just want people to watch my channel for video games. But it was a cause that was kind of near and dear to my heart, and so I felt it was certainly appropriate to donate $50. And that person was just thanking me over Facebook Messenger, and I felt like right at this moment, I usually don't interrupt my gaming for anything, but I just wanted to say, no sweat, good cause, happy to donate. I do feel like our world is a little insane at the moment. for people who are watching and maybe don't know, I play guitar. I'm sure I would hope my avatar on Facebook and my avatar on YouTube would give that away cleanly, but I play guitar and I love it, and I love playing music. It's probably my most favorite thing in the world to do. I love being on a stage and I love playing music and I just adore it. And last weekend, my friends and I in a band had a chance to play a festival called Celebrate Love, which was really fantastic for a good cause, and it just made me think, if we could just spend a little more time celebrating love instead of hate and fear. Oh, this is a really good one. Look at this. This is huge. That's a really nice one. Oh, and I'm going to land right on the... Oh, landing area not clear because there's 2 of those oxygen plants that want to eat me. That's great, though. Because there were... where is this thing at? Yeah, I can hear you guys. There we go. Yeah, I know. I'm over the hill. God darn it. I'm trying to kill these guys. Popping zits, man. Imagine if the zits on your face as a teenager did this. Like, blew up every 10 seconds. Oh, like being a teenager wasn't already the worst thing ever. As you can tell, when I have a little whiskey in my system, I'm a little more chatty. I'm not quite the slick Bob Ross. It reminds me of Stranger Things Season 3. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm not going to give anything away, but there is a pretty funny scene in there that involves some chemicals, probably the kind of thing that the CIA uses to make people talk. And my kids were asking me about it. I'm like, well, that's kind of like people like me being buzzed or a little drunk. We just end up being a little more chatty. Okay, how much did that give me? Enough, I'm sure. Let's go put this drive in. A little more chatty. Alright, there's the Emerald drive. It's funny, it's called the Emerald drive because it'll take you to a system with Emerald in it, but it requires cadmium to make. The whole process is kind of funny. So this hyperdrive module, C, and then, did I have another one? That's the cyclotron ballista module, S. I need to install that in my Starship, in this technology slot right there. Thank you. But back to the Starship General. I can take this and I can put it there, and that'll help with the drives. So, let's go find some emerald. The cleanse of death. And then we have this cadmium system ready to go. So now we have to go find a green system. Alright, let's look at what it is. Alright. This is got one planet. A lot of times this is what happens. They have like one planet. This one has 4. I like that. And it's Viking Industrial. So let's go there because it actually has a space station. So I would love it for anybody in the comments, even if you don't comment on my videos frequently, and if you're watching this No Man's Sky and you haven't commented or you just don't do it, just even leave a short little one about what you think about the difference between me with a little whiskey and me and not. Just humor me. Activated Emerald. I don't want any of that. It's a rainy planet. There's the space station. That's the thing. I don't think you can use the activated emerald to make the drive. I think you have to use actual emerald. But this is cool. There's a space station here, which means yet another chance to increase our exosuit capacity. which is always welcome. I hope by now everybody understands my affinity for brand new systems, and it's in large part because of this and the mission agent. Okay, so a general slot would be more than welcome. Also, what do I have for nanites? 1200. In my multi-tool, I don't have much for... Okay, so bolt caster upgrade. I need S-class bolt caster upgrades. And I also need more personal shields. So I'm going to come down here and check this out. S-class bolt caster upgrades and personal shields. Let's see what we have for S-class. We have a blaze javelin module and a mining beam module. I think we have all the mining beam modules we can have our S-class. Nope, we don't. There's one right there. A-class mining beam module. Okay. I'm going to grab the S-class one then, and then I'm also going to grab... I don't want to spend that. It's nice to know it's there, but I'm not going to spend it. But I am going to get this. No, I'm not. I'm going to save them. I'm going to save both of them. They're not... Here's the thing. They're not imperative right now. First thing you have to do is get back at Kent. It's a moral imperative. By the way, bonus points to anybody who knows what that quote is from. And if you do and you love that movie, you're my new best friend. By the way, I just had my 11-year-old and 12-year-old. My 11-year-old son and my 12-year-old stepson watched that film for the first time a couple weeks ago. My son has seen it twice now, and he's quoting it left and right, and I could not be a more proud father. And I think my stepson, after he sees it the second time, is going to be doing the same thing. Take a photo of an underwater creature. I have to remember to take photos of everything. Click Pyrite, kill 7 sentinels. I'll take that for 146 nanites. Alright, we're still moving our rank up. And I'll take that. Okay, so the movie is Real Genius with Val Kilmer. And the humor may not be your kind. I feel like there are basically two kinds of people when it comes to humor in movies. There's Emerald. Okay, we're going to go down. But we need to pick land. So over here. I feel like there are basically two kinds of people when it comes to humor in movies. Either you want slapstick, lowbrow fart humor. And the best movie I've ever seen that does that is Dumb and Dumber. By far the best movie I've ever seen that does lowbrow humor funny. Or you want highbrow humor. You want something that's smart because the writing... You want something that's funny because the writing is smart. In which case, Real Genius is number 1, and I would put Office Space number 2. And if anybody has recommendations for funny movies that are funny because they're smart and the writing's good and it's not just fart humor, because I really don't like lowbrow humor. If you have recommendations, put them down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear them. I am such a huge dorky fan of Real Genius because it's an incredibly smart movie, and I think I just saw a huge stab of emerald somewhere right there. Is that it? Is it green enough? I think so. We're gonna find out. That's on a hillside. I don't know how big it is. I don't know that this is... Hey, what do we got? We got this guy. He's running. Because he's running down a dream. Never would come to me. Working on a mystery, man. Okay, so... Again, alcohol makes me talk a lot, which is probably really good for these videos. If you miss Tom Petty as much as I do, raise your hand. And also, the last couple of years have just been sucky brutal for losing artists. We lost Prince and David Bowie all in the same year. And then we lost Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell like months apart. I'm telling you. And of course somewhere in there was also the loss of Tom Petty, who I love. Running Down the Dream is my favorite song to play. It's my favorite song to cover, but also he's got so many good songs to cover. Bands that I've been in have often covered some of his songs. Tom Petty's a great cover. How much emerald do I have? So yeah, it's, as a musician, I have another cyclotron module. As a musician, it was just a little bit difficult the last few years to watch so many people I admired and loved just bite it. For my wife, David Bowie #1 and Prince #2, and I think for me, Prince #1, Chester Bennington #2, and certainly David Bowie, maybe tied for second. I mean, they're all so influential and all. So I mean, I've really come to appreciate David Bowie's music after he passed, because he wasn't the kind of person that I listened to a lot, unlike my wife, who listened to a lot of his work. I didn't grow up listening to David Bowie very much because I'm an 80s big hair band rock guy, so my bands were things like Dokken and Rat and White Lion and Prince, lots of Prince. But after David Bowie passed, because of his huge impact on my wife, I thought I need to listen to a lot more of his stuff. And in fact, at her open mic restaurant, she owns a restaurant, she has the best open mic in the eastern Washington, western Idaho, and it's absolutely amazing. And at the open mic, we did a big David Bowie tribute, and I just, learning all that material made me really appreciate how awesome and incredible of a songwriter and performer he was. And I just have to say, I'm also a huge fan of anybody who plays music and loves it. And when you watch David Bowie's live performances, you see a human being who absolutely loves what he's doing, even when he was in his late 60s. He loved everything about it, and I have total admiration for that, because as a performer myself, my favorite place is the stage, and when I'm playing live music, there's no happier place for me. And I've heard so many people say that comes across. They say, I see you play live and you play with so much energy and so much happiness. It's just pure joy. And so David Bowie is definitely one of those guys. And it's just sad that he's gone, because I think he actually still had some really cool stuff left to say and express and write. Alright, so for Emerald, switching gears, I have enough to do this thing. I think it's smart, though, to find another really big deposit on this planet that I can build a base around, and in the future come put some harvesters on. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to close out this episode, which has been remarkably fun. And I have babbled a lot, and that's just kind of what happens with a little bit of Jack Daniels or Crown Royal. That is just what happens. And so here we go. Here's the drive, the indium drive. Awesome. And that will get us to the indium systems. And then we can fill out the rest of this. So I'm excited. That's all 3 of the drives right there. There's nothing else left to build, which makes me excited. So I'm going to stop the episode here. I'm going to encourage all of you, if you for some reason have not already subscribed to the channel, please do. Also, if you like the content, if you think I'm putting together good content, if you think I'm the Bob Ross of YouTube gaming, go have your friends come over and like the channel, subscribe to it. It'd be fantastic. And as always, if you guys have a question or comment, just drop it down below. I love interacting with you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.